Okay, guys, good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for waiting for me. This morning was not easy. A lot of stuff to do. I apologize on that to start off so late. But don't worry, today MA will be very fast because I have no time to really prepare much stuff, but just go straight to the charts later on. Okay, good afternoon to all you once again. Thank you for waiting. I really, I'm discharged right now. Yes, I am. Yes, indeed, I'm discharged right now. Yeah, so that's why I have a lot of stuff to do. I'll be back to work in a way, back in the office tomorrow. So yeah. Okay, let's start our morning MAO right now. Sorry, it's afternoon MAO. Okay, let's go. Good day to you, Kelza. Good day to you, David. Okay, today is the 26th January 2022. We're just a couple of days away from our Chinese New Year. So, I mean, hopefully everybody has made some good money in the last few days to enjoy your Chinese New Year. Now, for us as well, right, the last few days was quite a good run. We caught the market coming off, and then we caught the market going back up. So now the thing is this, many people are asking the same question, is that are we going to sell into rallies or buy from the dips? Well, I would say that both of them are effective. Why? Because the current price right now for the stock market, the Dow Jones especially, we are now at a very low level. Okay, we are now at a very low level. All right, in terms of usually this is where the market will do a technical rebound. But at the same time, as you can see that the market, when it rebounded, the market actually hit the top and come off very fast also at the same time. So it seems that people are trying to buy the bottom and sell the rallies, all right? So this is something that is to take note of as a trader, and I'll explain more in details later on. Now for today, definitely all eyes will be on Jerome Powell and friends at about 3 a.m. Singapore time. That is whereby Jerome Powell will release their so-called take of the FOMC meeting. Now, of course, we do not expect them to have any interest rate hike this time, but most likely, there could be a hint drop on coming March FOMC meeting. All right, and of course, the market now is pricing very heavily that there will be an interest rate hike in March. Okay, in fact, it's at the current moment now, the market is looking at 4 rate hikes this year. Okay, 4. That's quite a bit. So of course, can the market sustain this? Well, back to 2018, whereby the market did try to do it. Jerome Powell did it regardless, and of course the market didn't like it at all, and the market plunged more than 25% over a period of time. So not too sure will this time around the market take it, because history has proven it happened before. So we'll take a look later on. Now, of course, Tom Lee, as usual, is very optimistic. He felt that the 10% drop has already happened, and probably is a good time to buy from cheap. So later on, I'll show you an article about what Tom Lee has to offer. And of course, we have Joe Biden now. Definitely, the tension in Ukraine is escalating as we are speaking. There are a lot of these troops lying around, and the best part is this: at the same time, there are also troops actually on the sea, whereby between the U.S., Taiwan, and China. So it seems that geopolitical tension is actually mounting everywhere in Taiwan area and this Russia area. So it's kind of busy for Joe Biden. I think that probably, as I said before, one good way for a US president to get any people's or his own people's support is that he goes for a little bit of geopolitical stuff. Yeah, okay, the waffles and raspberries. Okay, because when they do that, it's right, it will ignite the people, it will unite the people together, and usually that will bring some rating higher. So let's see whether is this going to be a repertoire of what happened back in when Obama time. So FOMC meeting likely will rate hike in March 2022. Likely this is what we're going to see right now. I believe that there will be a rate hike in March. Okay, because they couldn't. I don't think they can push it back further because inflation is really creeping in, and definitely for sure they need to do something to prevent themselves from going behind the curve. Yep. Okay. So disclaimer apply as usual. Please understand this. My job is to do my best for you. Your job is to make some money from the market. Yeah. Now, the Wall Street joke of the day, you can see that now the bears are finally smiling a little bit. So the bears now seems to be very happy because the market is like showing the bull on the way down. Now, the bull is down by 10 to 15% in general for S&P and NASDAQ. But the Dow itself is still holding up because there's some rotation funds going to value investment. Here, hold on a minute. Hold on. Someone at the door. Hold on. Yeah, hold on, please. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, so we are not too sure how is it. Let me ask you guys now, there are 21 of you online right now. How many of you are bearish? How many of you are bullish? Please key your answer right now. Bullish or bearish? Please key your answer right now. Let's just have a bit of consensus here. Okay. Now we have Kelza that's bearish. KM, you are bearish too. Louis, you also bearish. There's two Louis today. Louis KM and Louis Chu Seng. Okay. Desmond, I think, bearish. Anthony, bearish. David, bearish. Janet, bearish. Han Yu, Dennis, Sui Liu, Claudia are all bearish. Okay. And Fred is different. Okay. Fred is different. Fred is cautiously bullish. Okay. All right. If you would ask me itself, I'm very bearish the NASDAQ because of the environment that we will have for the interest rate environment. For the Dow itself, yes, I agree with Fred. It's a bit cautiously bullish in the way because the market is seemingly not able to go down much. So let's take a look what happened. Okay. Now, yesterday during the MAO, the Dow Jones was trading at this point here itself. The Dow Jones was trading at about 34,000 level, 34,100, yeah. And then I was giving a call. I said that the market may go down to 33,615. Now, immediately after the MAO, I received messages from friends, okay, like you guys, and they're like, Kel, are you nuts? The market down 500 points from where we are now, 500, yeah, 34.1 to 33,615 is 500 points. Don't you know that this is a very strong reversal hammer? Then this is what was being asked. So I say, yeah, I know. But if you were to ask me, my feeling at that point, I say that if the market go down, it will go down to 33,615. And with the KSI that was red in color and it was uptick red. So that's why I said that if you ask me, my view is that. So the best part is that I give a call here and you ask me why am I that bearish and stuff. I didn't say that I'm bearish. You just said that the market will go down by 500 points. I said that is where you go. So was I spot on? Well, you can see for yourself, the market really came down. And not only that itself, I have students making money. They buy back at 33,615. And of course, the market recovers all the way above 34,000 later on itself. So I was right for the downside, and I was pretty spot on the level. And of course, after that, the market actually bottomed out from there. So guys, if you think that I did a pretty decent job, please keywords Dow spot on, yeah, because I think that it was pretty spot on. Because the Dow Jones actually rebounded almost from that point itself. The market rebounded all the way back to 34,200 plus just from down there. So that's why I just to say that I'm just pretty lucky then, okay? Because I mean I can't really tell you how I get these numbers. It's just that these patterns just surface in front of me, and I just share this with you. And the best part is that I share this with you not only to 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 or 20 people, is to 40 to 60 people who were online with us yesterday. So of course, all you need to do is just, if you remember what I just tell you, just trade accordingly and make the money. I think that is the key point here. So yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you, Susan, Fred, Claudia, Janet, Dennis, and Louis. Okay, thank you very much once again. Now, my point is this. I mean, I'm just here to tell you what I feel the market, whether excuse me, whether or not it happens, that's another thing, right? Okay, so okay, so today yesterday we have the consumer confidence already. I haven't checked the data yet. Let me do a quick one. So you can actually do this. Go to www.investing.com economic calendar. That's how I get my data. And then of course I choose the filter to seek for US. Yeah. And then of course all the important stuff. And what we have right now is that yes, the US consumer confidence was slightly higher than expected. I was expecting a 110 level, but it came out 113.8, so it was better than expected. Yeah, so that's why the market initially recovered and went up. All right, so today we have the new home sales. The number is expecting to be higher than the last one. So let's see what happened. Crude oil inventories is expected to be about 500,000 barrels of oil. I believe that there will be slightly lesser. So let's see whether I'm right. Now, do note to this morning, which is coming later. I mean this next day, that means tomorrow, wee hours, at 3 a.m. Singapore time. That is where the FOMC statement will come out. And of course, we will get to hear what is the interest rate decision for coming March, unless Jerome Powell don't want to tell. Now, what if Jerome Powell don't want to tell, or probably even can be a little bit dovish? I don't think so, because Jerome Powell has turned hawkish the last few times during the FOMC meeting. So I don't think so. Number two, out of so many Fed chiefs, Fed officials, majority of them are looking at interest rate hike, even the most dovish. So I think that it's very clear. I don't think that there will be any chance that Jerome Powell will not talk about much itself. I don't think so. So although there's market optimism that they are wishing that he won't say, but I doubt. I really doubt, because after that we have the press conference, and I'm sure the reporters will not give him chance, and they were asking him quite a fair bit. So because of that, we do expect the market to have some profit taking. This is my personal view. Yeah. Will we be waking up at 3 a.m. today? Yes, we will. Yes, we will. Yesterday, I woke up just to see the Dow Jones coming off. Okay. All right. But tonight, we will. I will be around at 3 a.m. I will do some live market commentary. So it will be brought. I will be typing on Telegram. I won't be doing any Zoom because I don't want to wake my family up. And neither do I want you to listen. Yeah, I'll be doing some typing here and there and give my personal view. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you guys later online on the group chat, Telegram. All right, so tomorrow we will have our initial jobless claims, and we will have the guess and win, tomorrow, Okay, the Dow Jones was down initially. You can see the Dow was down quite a fair bit, in the first 1 hour. And then after that, it started to bottom out. And it took about 2 hours of sideways movement. It was quite a run over here itself, totally waste of time. Then after that, about 1 to 2 a.m., the market recovers all the way, 500 points. You see that, although this chart looks flat, but you don't be fooled by this, because this area is 34,000, this area 34,000, and this area which is just so nearby is 500 points. It's 500 points. That's a lot of money, man. So that's why I tell you that this chart looks flat, but actually the volatility is amazing. Okay, it's really amazing. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the Dow closed lower by well-off session lows in another massive comeback. Now this is something that you must take note. The last on the Monday, the Dow did a massive recovery, 1,000 points. Yesterday, another 500 points. So that means that there were a lot of buying from the bottom. So this is very critical, because that means that if the market can't stay up and give back all the gains, the selling can be double, which means that I suspect that there could be a day or so the market may be down 1,000 to 1,500 points in a single day itself, if let's say the market can't hold. Now, of course, there are some people saying that this is a good time to buy. 10% off the high is a very good time to buy, but that is my point here. If they are buying and the market progress to go higher, that's fine. But if the market, after they bought from the bottom, if the market doesn't go much higher and pull back, the selling mechanism, the triggering, the margin calls, will likely bring the market down further. Yeah, so that's why I prefer to sell at the rallies than to buy from the bottom. Buying bottom, you can do it if, let's say, the price is really extremely low, or the technical analysis allow you to do that. Yeah. Okay, so what happened is that although the market shed about 67 points by end of the day, but it is actually a deficit of 819 points from the absolute bottom. So imagine that. That means the market actually recovers 700 over points in a single movement here from 2 a.m. onwards. Yeah. So what are the reasons? Is because there's still selling momentum going on onto the technology counters. Then of course the one that brought back the market up was banks and energy, because they recover, and the yields actually went up a little bit. So the thing is that interesting, even though the yield has been one of the catalysts that bring the NASDAQ counter down, but it also brought the market up for the rest of the value counters. So overall, it's all right. We have a bit of downside on NVIDIA, Microsoft down 2.7% after the bell also. So all this tells you that the earnings are not fantastic. Yeah, the earnings are really not fantastic. Okay, so watch out for this. This could actually turn pretty bad for the market in the coming time. All right, so take note itself that we have already IBM doing a pretty decent job. Okay, Microsoft have came out their result. It was good, but it's not good enough for the market. And today we have Tesla and Boeing. Today we have Tesla and Boeing. This is going to be a very big watch over here itself. Then of course we have Apple, then Caterpillar. Yeah, so watch out for these big boys earnings later today. Okay, now let's just look at this. Is the Dow Jones chart that I shared with you recently. Yeah, so I told you, right, this is the point A and this is point B and point C. So of course some people ask me, Kel, why you choose here? Is what's the reason for that? And I say that I have my own reason. One thing is that when I do technical analysis, that when it comes to support trend line, the main thing is that the closing price cannot be lower than the trend line. So of course, in this case, it's all right. For this ABCD, it shows that. Now, what is more important is that look at D now, this area D. You notice that the area D is beautiful, right? The market, okay, look at it, everybody. So we classify this A, B, and C. So A closed marginally above the trend line, all right? A did it. B went below the line and then closed above the line. C went below the line, closed above the line. So don't you realize that, right? This powerful trend line is good because every time when the market comes down below 34,290, the market recovers and still keep the trend intact. But again, allow me to say this is very important, is that, right, if you look at this from another perspective, this is like a megaphone movement here itself, okay, showing that the market is really trying its best. So if the market can sustain the downside, the market can rebound all the way back to 35,600. It is very possible. But of course, on the flip note, if the market has been trying to hold itself for the last 3 days, then this is going to be quite drastic. So let me show you now on my personal chart view here. Okay, so this is the chart. Now you can see that every time when RSI hits the 30 marker, the market will always rebound. So we can see that it actually really happened. Yeah. So when it rebound itself, right, usually the next day the market will rebound, right? The next day it will rebound. But this time around, the market hasn't really done yet, but the selling is still ongoing. Okay, so my view on this is actually like this. Okay, let me just give you my personal view. Yeah. Okay, so what we have is this. As you can see on the screen right now, we have a neckline that came from back in March last year, where the market hits a peak, then it tried to go up. Then once it started to go above it, it became a support. Yeah, can you see that? Okay, so my view is this: as long as the market can stay above the trend line, 34,297, 34,297. I'm talking about the cash market. Yeah. As long as the Dow can stay above it, no problem. The market may actually rebound to back to maybe 35,600 level. This is for long term. Huh? Now, if the market loses this, then I'm going to give you my view. The market may go down all the way again to 33,258. Okay, it may go back down this level, but it could even dive down all the way to here, which is 32,012 level, around that. So which means that, right, if the market failed to go up, that means that this downside could be at least worth 2,300 point, 2,300 point downside. Okay, so this is the why I'm quite worried. I'm quite worried because the market is trying itself to stay above. Of course, on the positive side, it seems that the market is about to recover. On the negative side itself, it's just very forcefully trying to stay above the trend line. So the downside is 2,300 points. Yeah. So watch out for this. This can become very drastic if, let's say, what I say is true. But of course, if the market goes down, that means the RSI will really go all the way down below the 30 mark. This could present a very good time to buy more. Okay, so why do I say that? Let me just show this to you. Yeah. Now let's say we look at the time whereby the RSI got terrible, and let's see the market how it performed. Now over the years, there were a period of time the RSI went really bad. Now this is one of them. This one, you take a look. Now this is where the pandemic time, you can see we have the highest point, the Dow Jones at 29,500. It dropped all the way. Now back then it's all right, when you drop all the way, the RSI already at below the 30 marker. But the thing is at that time itself, the market just touches the MA 200 level. And of course, if you look at it in a very scary way, you can take a look right now. From the highest point and the technical point, this is the range here. The market actually went down at least twice. At least twice, okay? At least twice. So now if you look at it, we are now at the highest point over here and the technical point is here. So this is the range. So let's just see the range here itself, right? The range is about 34,700 to 36,900. So let's do a number game here, okay? So the high itself is 36,950 around there. Then the technical point here itself is 34,700. So everybody, can you do me a favor? Can you take this number A, this number B? Can you tell me the difference between them? 30A minus B. Can you give me the number right now live? And then after that, right, you take the equals to this called as X, okay? Then what you need to do is take B minus X. Give me the next number. Okay, everybody, can you do that? Okay, so Anthony has done for me. A minus B is 2250. Okay. All right. So B is 34,700 minus 2250. Yes, indeed. We have 32,450. Okay. So that means that we are looking at somewhere around here. Okay. All right, so what I suspect is that if the market loses that trend line, then the market could dive all the way down to 32,450. Okay, so take down this is quite crucial. All right, now when it hit down there, it will be a very good time to buy back some position, yeah, because I suspect that is where the market will likely rebound from there itself. Okay, clear? Everybody, do understand this. This is my personal view of the Dow Jones, if only the market breaks below the trend line, okay? All right. Okay, so with that as well, right? Okay, let's do a recap of what happened yesterday in the Dow Jones with the TWB system. Now, the TWB system in the morning, we have the market opens and it's above pivot 1. So I say that if the market stays above pivot, it will go up and it will go there. But remember, this is a DJDD. Remember, Doji directional day. And I said before, DJDD, if the morning, if they go up, then maybe in the afternoon, there'll be some selling and vice versa. So what happened? The market did actually return back to OP and slam down almost 800 points from that itself after they lose. Because the thing is this is below MA30 and MA200. The market, the terrain is bearish. And of course, when the market failed to stay above MLP, the selling continue. And more important, the KSI was red in color, uptick, right? The selling will come in. And truth be told, the market really came off. Yeah. So it's quite clear that yesterday was a sell when the market breaks OP. Now you can see that the Dow Jones, once it opens, it loses the MLP and it came down all the way. And once it hit the KTR -3, incredibly, that is where it actually stopped and the market recovers. But of course, once the market comes up to the MLP, you notice how scary is this? The market touches MLP, couldn't go any higher, and then start to sell again. So again, this MLP is so powerful during the day. As long as you know what to do with it, you're fine. Of course, the market after that went down by at least KTR -6 to -7, found a bottom, recover all the way up the south, and then that's where the star appeared and the market pulled back again in the late part. So once again, this really shows that our TWB system is really amazing. Yeah, every level, every corner of it, so you can actually know what to do. Now, gold actually tried to go up yesterday. It went up, right? We bought gold as early as here, and we took some profit already at 1836. 1846 already, and now still got some residue left. Now, where could the gold be going higher? Now, the gold basically opens here, and once it crossed the pivot 1, you can see gold shoot up to 1853, and it was not enough to hold, but overall it's up. and we are now looking at 1859 to be the first TP level for us. Okay, those who are holding gold, we are watching for that. Now, of course, in the intraday chart was pretty clear. The market was doing donging at the opening price. Then it slipped down and hit the MLP, but stayed below. Now, what's amazing is when it hit the KTR -1, it stopped there beautifully. And then the boys exchanged the position from seller to buyer. That's why the market went consolidating, and after that shoot up all the way after they probably have purchased enough. So once again, the system shows that the boys were buying throughout, even though the market pulled back, but the boys system says buyer. So that's why even if it pulled back, the market slowly found itself back up again. Very important information because the boys were all buying. Yeah, so got it? All right, so that is how we actually know that why the market couldn't go down. All right, so because of that, it's all right that I got no time to do the global news. So let's just slip in straight away and look at the data on its own. Hold on, yeah. Just a moment. Okay, so let's look at the first news first, the one that is bigger for us to need to take a look. Now, first of all, we have the tension in Russia. Okay, Biden say a Russian invasion of Ukraine will change the world. So President Joe Biden has a potential Russian invasion. And this is going to be the largest invasion since World War II. And Biden seems to be very clear on what he wants to do. And he's warning Russia quite strictly on this area. So let's see what happened. But of course, if they do anything today and plus the interest rate environment, this will actually bring the market lower. And that's the reason why I'm not that comfortable to take any long position at this time right now, because any news from US, Russia itself will bring the market down a little bit. Yeah. Now tonight, likely the Federal Reserve will going to signal a March interest rate hike, and that will further tighten the current policy. So the thing is this, now they are expecting the Federal Reserve to do something by as early as March. All right, I don't think they're going to be spooked by these phase one strategies. They need to tighten the financial conditions so that they have a better handle on inflation. I totally agree. So the meeting is 2 days, right? Yesterday and today. And of course, again, after that, Jerome Powell will be speaking to the press. And of course, usually when Jerome Powell speaks to the press, usually the market do take profit. Yeah. So that's why I felt that there could be something to watch out for tonight. Now, if you look at the yields at the moment, the dollar first. Now, this is the dollar index, and you can see the dollar index has been quite subtle in terms of their movement, but you can see that it's moving upwards. So this tells you that the market is expecting an interest rate hike, because once a hike comes in, the dollar will strengthen, and that may pressure down a little bit on the gold price. Yeah, don't take note of that. Then, of course, we have the yield. Now the yield has came down, as I told you, it will come down because it was at the overbought, and then the yield came off, meaning the bonds went to buy. But the last 2 days, the yields have went down to about 1.7%, 1.72%, and each time the market rebounded to 1.77%. At the moment right now, it's about 1.77%, and I suspect that once it crosses 1.79, the movement will come again, and this will pressure the market again. So I suspect that this will come, and the market should be able to hit 1.95% by the end of April. Yeah, I think by April we should see that already, 1.95%. So traders kindly take note of that. Yeah, make more money. Don't need to blame. Yeah. Okay, so what we have that is we also have option trader. They are looking to buy into expectation of this Microsoft earnings. So apparently, right, there are options traders buying in. They are betting that it will be a bullish bet on the technology counter, and you feel that, right, there's a good chance of further upside. But this morning when the data came out, Microsoft did beat the earnings and revenue. All right, but as I say, the forward itself is not that fantastic, and that's why the market actually came off a little bit. So let's look at the Microsoft round. Let's take a look. So Microsoft shares ended downwards. Okay, it closed at about this price here, and of course now after market, okay, after market now it's actually down even more. Okay, it means that it was down at 288 as of closing. after market is trading down. Wait, same price after market. Let me just take a look. After market is up. After market is up by $3.51. The data came, the earnings came after the market. So after that, that's why the Microsoft shares went up by 1.2%. You can see that this was before the earnings. Then the earnings came out, the market shoot up. Yeah. So that's why now it's trading higher, and that is the one that's pushing up the market. Okay. All right. Get the idea. So those who bet on the earnings will be good. So likely they might be profitable. Okay. So let's see how it goes later on. Yeah. Now, Santoli says that traders are watching to see if the Monday violent bottom is tested. Now, the Monday violent bottom is this one here as well. Let's take a look again. Now, you can see that it's the low. The low itself is the low went down to as low as 33,150. Yesterday low was 33,545. So it's quite far away. So I don't think the market will come down yet unless I say the market loses the trend line. And that will bring it all the way down to much lower level. Yeah. So I don't think so at the moment. So Santoli's view is pretty textbook. Nothing much has changed other than there's some option expiring on coming Friday. And of course, this is the neckline that he draw. He believed that the market may be going down to about 42.50 level. And of course, at the moment now, nothing else. The VIX has been pretty strong. Okay. And of course, we're talking about the market breadth is 3-to-1, and the forward earnings itself is still at a pretty high level. So if you look at back into the VIX itself, right, is still staying firm above the technical point. It went to the high yesterday, went to the high of 35, then it bring it back down to 31. But I said again, if there's going to be any political tension there, plus a little bit of what the Fed may say, I suspect that the VIX will go higher, and this time now the VIX may go back all the way up again to about 40 to 42 range. Okay, so watch out for this. If the market pulls back, you can try to capture some, and then maybe you can protect yourself in case any big drastic thing happen in the world. Okay. Right. Thank you to Louis, David, Claudia, Anthony doing the maths for me earlier. Yeah. Okay, now Tom Lee is very bullish. He says that this pullback really attractive, is a buying opportunity. Tom Lee says that the rebound is good because now you can buy things cheaper. He felt that right now this market had dropped enough, there could be some recovery, there'll be some shakiness at the start of the year. He said that long ago, and the second half will be good. He stood by his prediction even on Tuesday after the market sell off. He said that this level now are some extremely oversold market. And of course, market only remember what's happening right now. So at the moment now, he felt that this is a good time to buy. And he felt that the market has priced in Federal Reserve meeting on March. So that's why the market should have more upside. Now, of course, the market may feel fragile, but overall, all of us are taking care of it. And he felt that the crypto market itself is getting way more popular because mining is moved to America. He felt that this is a good time. Even Jim Cramer is calling for buying in crypto, and even Steve Hendrich, the other technical guy, also looking at this crypto. Okay, so we will leave it there because I know next week itself, AIMS is going to come out another 4 or 5 more crypto coins, so you can actually utilize it and trade. Yeah, bonus BNB. All right, so watch out for that. All right, so basically with all of that itself, I finished the local and global news and the market information. So hopefully you guys will be able to, utilize the news for their advantage. Okay, so let's just look at the charts right now, shall we? Okay, so China, I am still doing the same shorting on Hang Seng and A50 because I told you guys, as long as the market stays below the MA30 level, it will likely be going down. And I still stick with my firm note. I believe that China A50 is going to go down to 14,977, and that will likely drag the Hang Seng further. So this is why I'm saying that the market will be going down. Yesterday, it missed the level by a fraction and then rebounded, but today, probably we may see it happening. 14,977. I can't see any major big news in the China market, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think the downside is kind of inevitable. Okay. All right, so let's look at the Dow Jones today. Now the Dow today is kind of resilient because I believe it's Microsoft data. Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah, a few things to watch out for the Dow. Now, first of all, the Dow opening price and the low is identical. This is called Omega. Now, Omega can only be seen on the version 5.88, which is the PTP version. So let's take a look here. Okay, so you can see that now there's an Omega sign at the bottom of the screen for all PTP students, because that means that the opening and the high is the same. And of course, the Omega came in 1 hour later. It was predetermined by a setting. That first of all, let the market, stabilize a little bit. Yeah, so today is as long as the market stays above OP, it will be a buy up. But if the market goes below OP, then the selling could be quite drastic because the market is looking at 33,590 for the pivot 2. And of course, you can see now the market is quite up about 200 points at the moment. So if the market loses it, it's all right. Some fans may get some upset. Huh? Okay. So now for today's Dow Jones, let's take a look at the Omega sign. The market is still below the 2MA, so it's still bearish. But the MLP is 34,215. Okay, so very important MLP. If it stays above MLP, the market in general will go up. But if the market goes below MLP, then the selling could be quite bad. Okay, this MLP, yeah. So what is happening right now is that the MLP for Dow Jones is at 34,215. So as long as the market stays above it, there should be no problem. We're 100 points away. But if the market loses control and loses the 34,215, the MLP, be very careful. The selling can be quite drastic. Yeah, the selling can be quite drastic if the market loses the OP today. All right, so this is the NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ is trying to firm itself. Okay, you can see that NASDAQ opens very near to the the pivot 1. So anything above pivot 1, 13,998 is a buy. And now we are now beautifully at the MLP at 14,219. So on hindsight, probably the market has the ex-president has came in at 13,998, and then after that, within about 3-4 hours, it went up, and then you have to do the search, and that's where you get your positiveness. So I don't know. But at the moment now, right, with the NASDAQ now doing okay and above MLP, things can go higher because the boys are all buying at the moment, yeah. Okay, so that one. Now, how about the S&P 500? S&P 500 also had the same. This is above the pivot 1, and the market once it opens, it went up already. Now it's below MA30 and MA200, so the market is kind of bearish at the moment, but it's actually above MLP. So that means it's a flat. It's a flat. So you just put them together, and you can slowly do it by looking at whether can it hold 43.63. Now, if the market cannot hold 43.63, I believe that it's going to pull back down all the way to 43.07. Yeah. So don't let this happen, because if the market loses MLP, the selling can be pretty bad. Yeah. Okay, let's look at Hang Seng now. Now the Hang Seng today, as I say, it's a doji directional day and very beautiful. It touches the MLP perfectly. The MLP, the low is 24,212. So the market really hit the 212 level, and of course, expected the market has not have any sign of anything. And if the Hang Seng can stay above 24,218, it should go higher. But if it loses MLP, be very careful. This may drag the market all the way down to below 24,000. Yeah. So MLP very powerful. You can see that the market touches MLP and straight away rebounded. So let's take a look at the 5-minute chart to see better. Okay, my screen is jammed up for some time. 1 minute, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm having a bit of difficulty now to trust my charts. Likely there's a bit of Yeah, just my wife, I think she's doing some video conferencing, so the bandwidth is kind of affected immediately. Okay, hold on a minute, guys. Let's see what can I do to find a better way to do this. Because now I have full bar, but my charts are not moving at all. You can see that data is still ongoing, like just that it's not able to switch a chart. So let me just quick one. Let me just do this to release some data, some space. Okay, still not able to. Okay, I ended it. Just let's try whether can we get back again. Hold on a minute. Well, someone just text me on the site and say that, Kel, what's your view for today, Dow Jones, and any golden number? Today I don't have any golden number. Not every day will have. Okay, it's only when I see I have a good feel of it. Then if I write it there, then it's for you to take note. Yeah, doesn't mean that I'm not a guy with the I'm not the guy with the crystal ball. I can tell you every time. Sometimes I also don't know where the numbers came from. I just happen to just share. It's a little bit like a vision thingy. Yeah. Okay, let's again, seems like the bandwidth is an issue right now. I just couldn't get my thing up properly. Just the moment I just hear my wife just turn on the video webcam, I mean, straight away my screen jam out already. Just give me a while, guys. Just give me a short moment. Let me see what can I do. See, I cannot even toggle my screen right now. Something is quite bad here. So okay, I still couldn't do it. I think that the bandwidth is taking up a fair bit. Let me just try to change the bandwidth to my handphone and see would that be better. Just give me a moment, yeah. It's quite surprising to have this happening.